Howdy guys, welcome back to RC Restomod. As of right now, in my collection, there are count them, two vehicles from TEMU. The first one I got was kind of a little birthday gift from my wife. It wasn't kind of, it actually was a birthday gift from my wife. She thought I might enjoy another RC car. And it's this little monster truck slash truggy type thing. And I'm going to tell you, it's pretty good. It's really fast. It's been really durable. And it doesn't take up much room, so you can throw it in the back floorboard when you're going somewhere. It's got a good runtime on the battery. The controller's kind of crap, but you know, what do you expect for a very cheap RC? But it's a good little car. The other RC I have that came from TEMU. Gotta find a place to park this thing. Oh, I'll just put it away. How's that? The other one I have is, of course, the TEMU boat. I'm anxious to get back and see how that thing's gonna run. Oh, let me show you something for the TEMU boat real quick. Okay, we're gonna go out with the TEMU boat again very soon, because before I had this battery for the TEMU boat. I have no idea what C it is. I know if I read the fine print, I can figure out that it's a 1800 milliamp per hour battery. It's just not doesn't appear to be a very high quality battery. So I went looking around from several different sources and I found these. They're only 15 C. It's like, I didn't even know it went that low. But they are 3000 milliamp. The plastic on the outside is much thicker. There's not multiple layers on the ends. Just looks like a higher quality battery, and the stickers look better, which is obvious that better stickers mean better quality. This one used to have a big black sticker that said black and yellow sticker, and it said Adventure. Now it's got the name of everybody's favorite RC based YouTube channel on it, and it kind of resembles the famous Miss Budweiser hydroplane, which obviously makes it very cool, and it's got a tongue-in-cheek reference to a Van Halen album. Obviously, that is cool. Anyway, so that's what I have for TEMU right now. I'm really excited to take it out and test these new batteries with the good stickers, because that's just going to be awesome. Today, we're going to change that number from 2 to 4. I've got 2 cheap crawlers from TEMU. The first one is this one right here. And when I picked it up a second ago, this tape popped. I have not opened this. I have no idea what we're going to see when we open it up. Unless they put the wrong thing in this box, it doesn't look like either one of these two vehicles. I don't know why the one I picked is not on the box, but it's not. Something I did learn while I was looking at this box is that I have the best wife in the whole wide world. And I'm sure that every guy out there is fixing to get jealous. Because on the bottom, where it shows how the controller works, if you'll notice, instead of saying forward and reverse, it says advance and retreat. My wife picked up on the obvious military thing of it, and not only did she give me permission to buy more RC cars, but I got encouragement, because she said, sounds to me like you need a whole army of RC cars. So we're going to work on that, Amy. Thank you. All right. Now that the tape busted on one side, we'll cut it on the other. Looks like even though the box got mangled in shipping, it looks like the car inside's probably going to be all right. Let's slide down. All right. So what do we have inside the mangled box? We have a mangled instruction sheet that has, it does have English on the inside. It was folded up to show the Chinese on the outside. I was concerned that I'd have to figure this out on my own without the help of the instruction book, because I'm not sure I could do that. I've never run an RC car without reading the instruction book first. Be all right. Okay. But anyway, that's what we've got. So let's see what it looks like. Looks like a little Toyota pickup with a flatbed on it. And guys, this thing was under 60 bucks. That's right, less than 60 US dollars. It doesn't have to be very good to be worth the money. Get rid of that. Dang, guys. That actually looks really good. It's got a hard body on it. The detail on the front bumper is good. It's got this toolbox across the back. Comes with a spare tire. Now, the coming with the spare tire is a... This might end up making me sad. I may end up losing that because, yeah, these tires are hard. So if I ever decide to upgrade it in any way and I add new tires, then I have to buy 2 sets, because they use small crawler tires come in sets of 4, and I'd have to buy 2 of them to get my spare tire. I probably won't do that. We'll probably end up eliminating the spare and putting something else on the bed if it comes to that. The controller, oh my. Yeah, it's not good. It's just not. It feels terrible. It's hard plastic on the outside. It just, it's not good. But the whole vehicle, less than $60. Let's keep that in mind. It comes with some stuffs in here. Let's see what the stuffs are. We've got a terrible little, we've got a terrible little charger, but that looks to me like a 3S connector. It came with 2 tiny little well, okay, this is different. This is very different. The batteries are 2S. I guess this is a very different kind of connection. I may be forced to charge it off of a USB, and that kind of makes me sad because that's typically very slow. And it comes with 2 batteries, and it requires both batteries to run. I looked at the outside of it, or on, I don't remember where the second one goes. We'll actually have to consult the, well, we're going to have to consult the book to see where the batteries go. Let's see what's in this other bag. What's in the other bag is windshield wipers, and there's a spare. Door handles, and there's 2 spares. A light bar that I assume goes on the headache rack here. Side steps. That looks like a spare steering link. Well, it's a spare link of some sort, but I'm not sure for where. Came with a pair of them. Maybe they're shorter and they give the rig a Carolina squat when you push it down. we have a snorkel. That will fit up on the side of the... Now we got a snorkel for it. That'll install up here. Got the end of a U-joint, I'm assuming, for the drive shafts. We'll flip it over and get a look at those here in a minute. Another U-joint half. Set of side mirrors. A screw shackle for the front bumper. Some decals to make it look cool. I guess these are side marker lights. I'm gonna have to actually read the instructions to see where all this little stuff goes. And there are some screws in here, I'm assuming, that hold on the side steps, because there does appear to be 4 of them. I think everything else just kind of snaps on. All right, let's look at where the batteries go. Let's see. All right, once the battery's charged, okay, that's supposed to... All right, the battery sits in the toolbox, which is pretty cool. This is actually a lot more scale than my other ones. It's taking a little fiddling to make it fit, but there it goes. It's got the battery snapped into the toolbox. Well, I'll be. And it's got lights in the front. Guys, I'm actually kind of impressed with it. Let's see what the suspension feels like. Oh, there it is. There's not a lick of oil in that suspension, but it is very front heavy, so I think it ought to climb well. Okay, the shocks are, there is no shock. It's just there's a coil spring that's inside that tube. So probably, I want to guess after we test it that the improvements we're going to want to make to this, probably more so than even power, is going to be soft tires and probably real shocks. That's kind of sad, but it's only $60, so we'll cut it a little bit of slack because of the price. I'm gonna say I'm not disappointed yet. I'm actually really happy with the way it looks. The links feel to be pretty decent. The steering is in the steering servos mounted in chassis, so you get a bit of a scale look there. Probably going to be a boatload of bump steer. Oh yeah, check this out. Watch the front tires when I compress the suspension. See how they turn to the left-hand side of the truck? That is what we call bump steer. So if ride height's about there, anytime it droops, it's going to turn right, and if it compresses, it's going to turn left. But that's common on lifted trucks, lifted link trucks, especially if you put the steering box in the center. On a real real when it's way off to one side, and they'll typically run the link all the way to the other side to reduce that bump steer effect. But anyway, like I say, for the price, I am not disappointed in this thing yet. We'll see how it runs. Let me get I'm going to go get a Ziploc to put all these accessories in because I don't want to lose them. I want to get them on there and give it every little chance it can have. So bear with me just a moment. All right, now that one's out. Let's see the other one. Alexa, stop. I don't know if you have one of them dang things in your house, but it's amazing how many times that Amazon Echo seems to think I've said its name when I haven't. It's kind of annoying. All right, now this one, the box is accurate on this one. The box is in better shape. It's a little nicer. Of course, this one was also right at $90, so it's time and a half the price of the little Hilux pickup. There's not a whole lot of exciting information on the outside of it. So, let's see what's on the inside. All right, let's see what's in here. We have one other thing I failed to bring up. This one has a full interior, steering wheel, seat, sticks on the floor, instrumentation. Interior is pretty good on this one. It's even better on this one. We got front and rear seats. It's going to be really difficult for me to get it where you can see it. Yeah, it's very lifelike looking. The seats actually have floorboards going under them. That interior on that one looks great. Scaring the crap out of my dogs every time I chunk one of those. Oh, so this is obviously a much better RC because it came with 2 books. All right. Let's see. It doesn't say, this says forward, neutral. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about advance and retreat. So this one wouldn't have gotten me encouragement to go purchase more RC cars. So right now this one's winning on that fact. This one does have a spare parts list with part numbers. I don't know where in the heck we're going to go to find them if we should ever need them, but that is an option that's available to us. Okay. Got all sorts of decent information in that one. And what does this one have? Okay, so let's take the battery out if you're not going to use the car for a while. That's good advice. We should all follow that. There is a lot less stuff with this one because, as you can tell, the car's already pretty well put together. All I got is a charger, and it is a pretty basic 2S balance port charger. Not a big fan of these because it takes forever, but it gives me some hope that I'll be able to charge this one on a better charger and maybe do it a lot faster. The got a wheel nut deal. Let's hang on just a second. I don't know that I needed another. I don't really know that I needed another wheel wrench. This one may have different sizes in it. I don't think it does. But yeah, we got plenty of these now. Plus, I've got one of the little Traxxas toolkits that I've kind of kept to where when I go crawling, I can actually carry it on my person so that if something, you know, just breaks, maybe I can put it back together without having to go all the way back to the truck. But anyway, yeah, I got a few of those. I'm sure everybody else has got a special place in your toolbox that kind of looks about the same. All right, let's see what the controller looks like. Well, first off, it looks a lot better. That's a cool looking remote. And it's pretty obvious which car it goes with because this is my only black and white car in this. All right, it's mini crawler testing time. And this is less than scientific, but it's scientific-ish. What I've done is I've come up with a series of 6 categories we're gonna rank them in. The first one is drag brake. We're going to set our testing appliance up to 45 degrees and make sure that the drag brake internal to the trucks will hold on a 45-degree slope so that you can start down an obstacle, stop, look around, figure out where it's going to go without having to constantly mess with the trigger to make it happen. Then there's going to be a climb, and I've come up with a way to incline a board and measure its incline so that we can see which one will climb the steepest slope. Flex, we're going to raise one front tire until the back tire comes off the ground. Then we're going to raise a back tire until the front tire comes off the ground and kind of average the two and see which one flexes the most on just a static flex. And we're going to measure that with centimeters because centimeters feels a whole lot more scientific than inches, even though it's really not. But hey, we always use centimeters in science class at school, so that's what we're going to do today. Speed is going to be a bit subjective. I'm not going to like time it around something. I'm just going to drive it and see which one feels fast and which one feels like it's way underpowered, and we'll go from there. Fun, sometimes slow cars are more fun if they'll climb over obstacles good, and so we'll just kind of do a little trail ride around the place where I live, which is kind of in the well, in the fire service, we called it the rural urban interface area. So I mean, there's like a lot of houses here, but we also have kind of a wild yard that hasn't been, it's basically left to nature over a big chunk of our property. And then price. And we already know what the winner is on price because low price wins because we're all broke. Inflation may be coming down, but it's still been a thing. So first place gets 3 points, and the price of the red one was under $60, so it gets 3 points. The white one was right at was like $90, so it gets 2 points. And the brown truck was $180. It's a bit pricey, but it's Traxxas, and that's what happens. It gets 1 point. And that's what we're going to do with these other categories, and we'll determine a winner. And then once we've determined a winner in stock form, we're going to check and we'll do some internet pricing and see what parts are available and see if it's possible to make either the red truck or the white truck as good as, if not better than, the brown truck for less money. So anyway, let's start with the drag brake challenge. Oh, let me show you my testing gear. Okay. Our highly scientific testing setup for drag brake and climb is a shelf I picked up at Walmart for not very much money. And I had to strap some cardboard onto it because, in fact, in its natural form, it was so slick that almost no incline would cause a couple of the cars to slip. All right, the way we're going to measure the incline is with this really cool 24-inch Craftsman level I've got that has an angle finder built into this end. And what we'll do is we'll match the I need to keep the numbers there. When we go up on an incline, you rotate this level until the bubble stops dead center, and then you look at the indicator. That's 40 degrees, and so we'll use that, and we'll go up in five degree increments until the vehicle starts to slip. So let's get underway. We're gonna set the incline to 45 degrees initially. Okay, there is a 45 degree incline. Let's see if the vehicles can hold it. All right, first up, the Traxxas TRX4-M High Trail Edition. It cannot hold 45 degrees. Let's go down and see where it can hold. All right, I was misusing the tool. That's 35 degrees. The misuse of the tool didn't hurt anything on the initial check, because 45 degrees, whether I rotated around and used this scale or was using this scale, 45 is the same on either side, so that didn't change anything. Anyway, now we're going down to 35 degrees. All right, will it hold at 35? Yes, no problem at all. So let's go up and try 40. All right, there's 40 degrees. Will it hold 40 degrees? Yes, pretty well. Let's double check 45. Okay, there's 45. It will not hold 45. 40 is the limit for the TRX4-M. Now let's set it off to one side and we'll get one of the others. It still has, it's a very cool looking controller. It's a bit cheesy feeling to your hand, but it looks awesome. All right, let's give it a check at 45 degrees. Guys, I'm going to call that successful. It is ever so slightly sliding down the hill, but it is holding at 45 degrees. So right now, here's your winner, or here's your leader. Let's see what the little red truck does. All right, there was a bit of a delay there because the GoPro overheated, and then I had to take my stepdaughter to work and a couple other things, So now it's in the shade. I'll have to look at this and see if you can see it, but let's see if this one will hold at a 45-degree angle. Well, it does. It's sliding very, very slowly, just like the white one. We're going to give the brown truck another chance. All right, come on, don't let me down, baby. You're like my favorite RC car. They're all roughly equal at the 45-degree slide. I don't know what happened the first time around. So we're going to have to jack it up. We're going to have to go a little bit higher. I really don't think any of them are even going to try at 50. There's 50 degrees. Okay, that's 50. I don't think there's any chance that any of these are going to hold at 50 degrees. But we'll give them a shot. Starting with my TRX4-M. No, not a chance. This one actually holds better than my TRX4-M on the. This is the leader so far. Let's see what the red truck does. All right, I think we've got our standings for the drag brake test. So on drag brake, the white truck got 3 points, brown got 2, red got 1. Now we're going to see what kind of incline they can climb. All right, let's start the climbing competition at 45 degrees. We have a 45-degree slope here. We'll start with the red truck. He kind of made that one look easy. Now for the white truck. Guys, that's a fail. It's a little back end heavy or something, but and maybe a little top heavy. But as soon as you start trying to climb a slope that steep, it just wants to turn over backwards. So the white truck will not win this competition. Might still get a second. It all depends on how the brown truck does. If the brown truck succeeds here, the white truck is our loser on this one. that made it look kind of silly. So the white truck is the loser, but we have to have a winner. So let's try jacking this up a little bit. 5 degrees seems like an awful lot. I'm going to go up closest I can get to 2.5 degrees on this. So this would be 47.5 degrees. All right. At 47.5. Red truck, you're up. Wow, he conquered it. Little red truck did a great job on that one. All right. My precious little brown TRX4. Let's see how it does. Whoa, very well. They're both still in it. Let's try 50 degrees. All right. That's now a 50-degree slope. Brown truck, you gotta go first this time. Give you a chance to set the bar here. Nope, 50's too much for him. We'll give him one more shot, but I don't think it's gonna help. Nope. 50 degrees is too much for him. All right, red truck. It's your chance to shine and come home the winner. Well, looks like we're gonna need to set it between 47.5 and 50. Let's try that right there. No. No, he's just going to come over backwards at that slope. All right, here's your chance to carve out a win, red truck. He didn't make it up, but he started up. So the red truck is the winner on the climb competition. So let's divvy up the points for that. Climb competition. Red truck gets 3 points. Brown truck gets 2 points. White truck gets, oh, a sideways one. Let's get a straight up and down one. All right, so thus far in the performance competitions, each of the trucks has 4 points. So let's see what happens with flex. And for that, we're gonna move over to the tailgate of my truck. Guys, I just came up with another category. We're gonna call it ease of use. And that's going to be tied up in, all the controllers are basically the same. I mean, they have the same functionality, so it's not easier or harder to use any of the controllers than the others. This one feels the cheapest, but ease of use is because I want to give this one some points for having a switch on the outside. So it gets 3 points. The red truck gets 3 points for ease of use. The white truck when you want to turn it on or off. You raise the hood. Come on, there we go. And you either unplug or plug in the battery. So it gets 2 points because all you got to do is open the hood. The most expensive one, and the one that really popularized this category for most of us, the TRX4-M, you actually have to remove the body, reach in here and unplug the battery from the ESC. And sorry Traxxas, you could have put a power switch somewhere that's easy to get to, like anywhere along the frame on either side, up here behind a little switch on the back of the ESC. There's lots of things you could have done, but you didn't. So you get marked down for that. All right, now let's measure for flex. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna start with the loser of the last one, the climb. I'm gonna set it on the edge of this whiteboard right here, and I'm going to lift the wheel until the other wheel on that same side comes up. Then we're gonna take our calipers and measure that distance. Then we're gonna do the same thing with the rear wheel and see which one flexes out the best. So let's start with this one. We're gonna grab the wheel like that, right there. All right, we're gonna do it twice to taking it to make sure that reading is correct. This is harder than I thought it was going to be. Okay. Let's get that wheel on the outside edge to make this work better. And we'll collapse that down. There. 28.9 millimeters. Now let's see what it is for the rear. .8. So if I do a little mental math here, I know that let's just we'll round it to the nearest millimeter. So we got 29 and 36, which would be 65 divided by 2, 32, let's say 33 millimeters is our average with that one. 33. Now let's check the Traxxas. Lift up on this wheel. That is 33 with the front. 36 with the rear. So 33 front and 36 rear comes up to 69. 69 divided by 2. That's going to round up to 35 millimeters. So we got 33, 35. Now, this one should actually have the red truck should have an advantage by virtue of having a wider wheelbase on it. But let's see if that's so. Doesn't much look like it. The suspension's pretty stiff in this thing. Yeah, we're gonna call that 23. And then in the rear, $22. So 22, that's 45 divided by 2 is 22 and a half. We'll call it 23 just to be nice. But $35, $33, $25. So we most definitely have a loser there. So for flex, all right, for our flex competition, brown truck gets 3, white truck gets 2, red truck gets 1. Now we're gonna do speed and fun. Okay, so now we're gonna drive the white one. Guys, that is full tilt right there. That is pegged wide open. All right, it's got those blinkers that flash that Tom Lee hates, that start flashing when you turn and stop as soon as you stop turning, because it's kind of useless as a turn indicator. All right, let's see what they do on these little. All right, it flopped over pretty fast on those little bitty rocks. All right, it turns over very easy and it's very slow. All right, that one is terribly slow, and that could interfere with the fun. Thanks, sir. All right. Now let's check out the little cheap red truck. One thing that's a bit disconcerting on this one is I don't see anywhere to adjust your, oh, there we go. There's a place to adjust steering trim. There we go. Steering trim adjusted. All right, this one is painfully slow as well. But I may have to get them out. I may have to drag race the two of them for time or something, because the white truck and this one seem to be pretty close speed-wise. This one does seem to be a lot more stable, but it's a lot wider. It should be. Now this one should also climb better than the other two because it has the biggest tires of the three. But it's now this is faster than the white one. All right. All right, let's see how the Traxxas truck does speed and fun wise. Okay. It's significantly faster than the other two. The servo's a lot quicker. All right, now let's see how it does climbing over rocks. All right. Okay. All right, in the speed category, even though it was pretty close, well, it was close for second and third. Speed first place goes to the brown truck all day, every day. Second in speed was the red truck. White truck got one. And they're not entirely locked together, but they're pretty close. The TRX4-M is much more fun to drive than the other two. It just is. Some of it's because it's faster. A lot of it's because it handles better. So it gets 3 for fun. The red truck surprisingly got a 2 for fun. And the white just wanted to turn over all the time. So let me tabulate the points real quick. Let's see, we got 2, 4, 7, 10, 13, 14, 15. For the brown truck. For the red truck, we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 15. Really? 8, 10. Yes, 15 for the red truck. And for the white truck, we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, and 12. I'm really surprised. Let's see what the categories where the red truck beat the. Well, it went on price and ease of use and climbing. Yeah, they lined up pretty even. That's very surprising to me. Best bang for your buck. It's the red truck. I'll put the prices of all three, but this one was just under $60 off TEMU, guys. And the tires are terrible. The tires and shocks are terrible on it. I think, given the price, we may look at buying some better wheels and tires and just seeing how good it can get before we spend $100 before we get to the price of this one. I'll also list a good picture and the price of the white truck, but it was significantly more expensive than the red truck and significantly worse, except for styling. The styling was a whole lot better on the white truck, but good gosh, the red truck is just so much better at driving. We're going to look at putting some tires and maybe an upgraded power system in the red truck and see what we come up with. Anyway, surprising results. Tie for first. If I was to put a tiebreaker on it, I'd go with style. And y'all already know my opinion of the TRX4-M High Trail F-150 in the brown color. It's like my favorite. It would be the winner. But the red truck, I'm impressed. I really am. For $60, I can put up with the crappy controller if it'll hang in there. Let's put some bigger tires on it in a future episode. And when that happens, you'll see it on RC Restomod.